In part 1, we told you how we got here. Football leaks, Der Spiegel, a UEFA ban overturned on a technicality, and a Premier League investigation that took 4 years. Now we get to the charges themselves, 130 of them. 5 categories, 9 seasons. This is the detail. The largest category, 54 charges, all relating to how Manchester City reported their finances to the Premier League between the 2009-10 and 2017-18 seasons. The Premier League rulebook requires clubs to provide accurate financial information, revenue, costs, player contracts, agent payments, related party transactions. The accusation is that City failed to do this accurately and completely across 54 separate instances over 9 years. The core allegation within this category is about sponsorship income. The Premier League alleged that a significant portion of City's commercial revenue, particularly from Abu Dhabi-connected sponsors, was not genuine arm's-length commercial income. The allegation is that owner funds were channeled through sponsorship arrangements at above-market rates, inflating City's reported revenue. This matters enormously, because inflated revenue changes everything. It changes PSR calculations, it changes UEFAFFP calculations, and it changes the picture presented to the Premier League of how financially sustainable the club actually was. City deny this. They say their commercial income was genuine and properly documented. Their position is that they are one of the most commercially successful clubs in the world, and that their revenue reflects that. Category 2 is in some ways the most serious, not because of the number of charges, there are 35, but because of what they represent. Manchester City are accused of failing to cooperate with the Premier League investigation 35 separate times. The specific allegations include failing to provide requested documents on time, providing incomplete information, and, most seriously, allegedly providing misleading information to investigators. This matters because non-cooperation is not a technicality. It is the behavior that determines how an investigation proceeds and how long it takes. It is, in part, why this case has taken so long. And it is, in direct contrast, why the Chelsea case was resolved quickly, because Chelsea cooperated fully from day one. City's position is that they have cooperated fully with the investigation and that any suggestion otherwise is false. Category 3 covers 14 charges relating to payments to players and managers that were allegedly not properly disclosed to the Premier League. The Premier League rules require full disclosure of all payments to players and their representatives, including all bonuses, image rights deals, and agent payments. The accusation is that certain payments made to or on behalf of players during the charge period were not included in the information provided. The Roberto Mancini allegation from the Der Spiegel investigation falls within this category. The specific claim that Mancini held an undisclosed advisory contract with Abu Dhabi entities while managing Manchester City has been part of the broader investigation since the Football Leaks publications in 2018. City deny all charges in this category. Categories 4 and 5 are smaller in number but significant in implication. Category 4, 7 charges, relates to profit and sustainability rules. The allegation is that City breached the Premier League's financial sustainability rules in specific seasons during the charge period. Category 5, 5 charges, relates to UEFA financial fair play specifically. These are the charges most directly connected to the UEFA investigation and the CAS appeal. Remember, CAS cleared City of the UEFA charges on time bar grounds, but the Premier League is not bound by UEFA's statute of limitations, which means these same allegations can be pursued here. The PSR charges matter because if upheld, they could affect how the club's past title wins are viewed. And the UEFA FFP charges matter because they connect directly to the most fundamental question of this entire case. Was Manchester City's commercial income genuine? So let us put the complete picture together. 130 charges, 5 categories, 9 seasons, 3 Premier League titles won during the charge period, 54 financial reporting charges, the most serious category, and the one that goes to the heart of whether City's commercial income was real. 35 non-cooperation charges, which explain why this investigation has taken so long. 14 player and manager payment charges, 7 PSR charges, 5 UEFA FFP charges. The panel hearing the case sat for several months between September and December 2024. As of March 2026, 15 months after the hearing concluded, there is still no verdict. No timeline has been given, no indication of when it will come. This is unprecedented in English football. Cases of this size and complexity take time. But 15 months of silence after a 4-year investigation and a months-long hearing is extraordinary even by those standards. We do not know what the verdict will be. Nobody outside the panel does, but we can set out what the possible outcomes look like and what each would mean for English football. Option 1. City are found guilty on some or all charges. In that case, the panel must decide on punishment. The range of possible sanctions includes fines, points deductions, potentially applied retroactively to title-winning seasons, and in the most extreme case, expulsion from the Premier League. Points deductions applied to past seasons would be extraordinary and would rewrite league history. Whether the panel has the appetite for that is unknown. Option 2. City are found not guilty on most or all charges. This would be a significant vindication and would raise serious questions about the process, a 4-year investigation, a months-long hearing, and an outcome that cleared the club. It would also raise questions about the non-cooperation charges specifically. Option 3. A mixed verdict. Guilty on some, not guilty on others. This is perhaps the most likely outcome in any complex multi-charge case. The question then becomes which charges and what the punishment is for those specific findings. Part 3 of this series will cover the verdict whenever it comes. Subscribe so you do not miss it. 130 charges, 5 categories, 9 years. We have now broken down every single one. What we do not have is a verdict. English football is still waiting, and this channel will be here when it arrives. Part 3, the verdict and what it means for the pyramid, is coming. Subscribe so you do not miss it. Welcome to the Football Pyramid.